What's up, Aquarius? How are you guys doing today? Thank you for joining me on my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. And thank you so much for your likes, shares, and subscribes. I think I mentioned this earlier. Aquarians have been like crushing it in terms of supporting me and what I'm doing. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me. So we are going to do a monthly read for the month of May. You got poppers already. So we're... put it back in there. Maybe it'll come out again. So yeah, for the month of May, we're going to do an intuitive reading. I'm going to do some past, present, and future for you Aquarians. Remember, these are general readings, so it's not going to resonate with all of you out there. Only take messages away for your best and highest good and toss out everything that doesn't apply to your situation, right? Always check your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs for additional messages. And if you don't know how to do that, I'm going to put a link to a site. All you have to do is put in your place of birth, your time of birth, and let's see, and obviously your birth date. And it will generate a chart. It tells you where all the planets were during the time of your birth. So I think I'm just supposed to start because you're having poppers already. So yeah, for Aquarius, what can we get for the month of March, please? What can we get for Aquarius? Happy Taurus season to you all. I hope everyone is doing good out there. What else? Well, I'm shuffling these for Aquarius. What else do you need to know? The social media channels, if you're into that, check them out. If not, that's cool. I get it. I am the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram. And what else do you need to know? Yeah, let's just get to it. I know you guys are eager. All right, what can we get for Aquarius? What can we get for Aquarius, please? All right, we'll take those. All right. Cool. All right, so we will go through all of these together. 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords, 7 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups, 6 of Cups, wow. And then you have the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Cups. So you have literally no major arcana, which, you know, can be a good thing or a bad thing. No major life events, it doesn't seem. This seems more like day-to-day things going on in May. Did I say March earlier? I feel like I did. This is for May. Anyway. Oh, but you do have one. Okay, so bottom of your deck is the Sun. So happiness. This is one of the happiest, most lucky cards in the deck, so to say. It's sunshine. It's a baby riding on a horse through the sunlight, right? Like waving a flag or with a cape. Like, it's literally how you feel when you look at this card. It's just kind of like, oh, wow, that feels good. So that's good energy for the bottom of your deck, Aquarius. We'll take it. All right, so we're going to jump in here. In your past, you have the 3 of Pentacles. So this is the card of teamwork, of building upward, of making progress. Now, it can speak to being in groups. I know this card came up for you guys, I think, in your money and career spread. You may have some people in your life, and that is kind of doubly confirmed with this 3 of Cups. It speaks to celebration, reunions, happiness. This actually may have been the card in your career spread. Groups of 3, you may be dealing with a close circle of friends. Maybe there's 2 of them. You may be getting together with your parents or your brother and sister, or yeah, including yourself. It does feel like a group of 3 is present here. What's interesting though is you also have the 2 of Pentacles. So this speaks of having to make a tangible choice, one or the other. Right here, he's juggling, right? And, you know, he can do this for a little while, but eventually a decision is going to have to be made, right? You can't constantly be in this back and forth state. So interesting. I'm almost getting that maybe these 2 people in your life kind of, I don't want to say ultimatum because that's too harsh, but put you in a position, Aquarius, where you had to choose a side. You had to choose a team. And there was some sort of, maybe a bit of rocky emotion involved. I always see that with the crashing waves behind this juggler here. I think that's you, Aquarius. But in your past, what were you juggling? It could be work-related. It could be something in the workplace where you had to come together with groups of people and share ideas and opinions. And I just feel like there was one major project or item that you guys were focusing on that you had to come to some sort of agreement about. And it's like you all went out for drinks afterwards or something to celebrate kind of the launch or the beginning of something. I don't know exactly what this is. But ultimately, there was something about you needing to make a decision, and I actually don't know if these other people are aware that you kind of are the power player in this dynamic. It's kind of like you hold the power, and the decision you make could ultimately affect either the project or the team. Very interesting. All right, so let's find out, what is this? I don't like to over clarify the past because ultimately it's in the past, so you guys all know what that's going to be. But just moving forward, I'm curious to see what can we get for the two sides of this decision. Clarifying the decision with the decisions card, the options card, the 7 of Cups, which you have again below, actually at the center of your spread. So we'll jump into that. But I always love that. That's like spirit, like winking, like, yeah, you know I'm not going to tell you, right? What is the decision? Decisions. All right. Makes me laugh. You have to smile. It reminds you not to take this way too seriously. But what can we get on the other side? So one of your decisions was a decision. Is that what that means? One of the decisions was an illusion. One of the decisions was not appearing what it seemed to be on the surface. Do you see how he's looking in the water at the reflection of these cups that are kind of up in the air, swimming over his head? So it's like what he's seeing isn't the truth because it's reflected in water. And because it's reflected in water, it's how he feels about it, but it's not how it actually is. Which is very interesting for you, Aquarians, because you are so analytical and of your the sword's energy, right? You're of the mind. So what can we get on the other side of this decision? It could be one of your people. One of your people could be kind of very dreamy, like a water sign potentially. So this would be a Scorpio card, I believe. So you might be dealing with a Scorpio. But something about it speaks to very Piscean energy, very kind of like dreamy, maybe not totally in touch with reality, but has kind of a romantic heart, is what I'm getting from that. They don't always see things in terms of reality, in terms of the tangible, what's actually there. Yeah, that would make sense, because this isn't you, Aquarius, it's your person. Okay, so these did come out in reverse. Granted, I did drop them, but let's see. So, oops, sorry about that. So on the other side of this decision, you have the Ace of Wands and the 6 of Wands. Okay, very interesting. So on the other side of this, ultimately, is the path to victory. It's this new idea, this new passion, this new creative project. It could be like a new travel, going somewhere else, reaching new clients, reaching new opportunities. And again, if it's not specifically representing your people, the two people you have to choose between their sides, it's more the idea of what you guys need to do together. And it's like, if this is travel and I don't know, communication, passion, creativity, this is action, right, with wands. This is more passive, like, let's think it through, let's dream about it, let's make some mind maps on the whiteboard and like talk about how we feel about it, if that makes, and like no shade, like love me my water signs, right? But this is not tackling the issue directly. This is a bit more like stand back, kind of observe, but it's water, it's rooted in emotion. Okay, so again, this is the past. It's not super important to me because, you know, ultimately we're moving forward. We want to see what's coming up. But if that resonates for any of you, that's sort of what I'm getting. It has to do with making some sort of team decision that could impact like this happy energy going on. But yeah, Aquarius, you're having to choose a side or choose an idea, choose who you want to side with. What's interesting is you have the 7 of Cups on one side, and then you have the Ace of Wands and the 6 of Wands. So, you know, same elemental suit, right? And the 6 and the 1 make 7. So it's like 7 and 7. Sevens do speak to, it can be victory. I mean, I associate it with the Chariot, right? So again, movement, victory, forward movement, progression. But this card does not show progression. He's just sitting on a bench there. So it does feel, and wands are movement anyway, it does feel like, are we going to stay or are we going to go? It's like the Clash song. Should we stay or should we go now? I'm such a dork. Okay. Anyway, so in your present, you have 6 of Wands energy. So another 6. You have a lot of 6s. Yeah, you have 3 6s on the board. That's significant, which are great numbers. You know, 6s are balance. 6 of Swords, moving on. Swords in the boat representing our lessons, our thoughts, our ideas. It's like we've learned as much as we can learn from our current place, our current situation. Now it's time to move forward with that knowledge, with those lessons, and take it elsewhere. It's like seek new lands. Sometimes it is escaping things from the past, and it's not. When I say escaping, it's not. Escaping in terms of not taking accountability for the past, like it's not sneaking away. It's not that. It's confidently moving on because you've learned everything you can from here. There's no reason to stay. And that is an Aquarian card. So again, I am getting that that's you. So if this decision has to do with staying or going, you know, kind of obvious there, right? But there's the thing. Center of your spread, as I was saying, is the Seven of Cups. So it's almost like when you move on to this new place, it may not be a physical new place. It may just be a step up in the project goals, a new arena of tasks that you have to do, if that makes any sense. So it's almost like once you choose a path or choose a person, choose a side, whatever, and you're like, okay, we're going to go for this. You go for it, but then you're met with more options. And with this card especially, just the way I interpret it, this you can tell exactly what's in every cup, right? Even though traditionally in this cup it's supposed to be illusion, mystery. It can be a card of confusion, not knowing. It's pretty clear what's in there, right? There's a dragon, there's a snake, there's like a castle, whatever. Here, because just the way it's drawn to me, it's a little bit more open to interpretation. Now, this is totally just my reading of it, right? But you're watching my videos, so... Anyway, so what I'm getting here, though, is that there was more, again, like illusion or could be confusion, but whatever this new scenario is that you and your team, I'm going to say, have gotten themselves into, it's not necessarily bad, but it's almost like you didn't... I don't know why the expression you didn't cross all the T's and dot the I's. You didn't really examine just how big of an undertaking this was or how many factors were going to be involved down the road that you actually didn't have all the answers to. So here's the thing. Following up with that is the Six of Pentacles. So it's like this falls directly under your decision, your tangible decision, choosing a party, choosing a course of action, choosing a way to build. Pentacles can be building. Can be our money as well. It could be who or what you wanted to invest your money in. That could also be a scenario here. Anyway, Six of Pentacles. So it's almost like because you did choose this action to move on and you were, okay, because I'm like person A, person B. I'm just going to say person A is cups, person B is wands. Stay with me here. Because person A had presented this energy of like, let's stop and think about it. Like, let's mind map on the whiteboard and really think it through and talk about how we feel and possible outcomes. In a way, Aquarius, I'm almost getting that they were right. And even when I read you the card, like that energy kind of made me laugh because it was like, oh, indecisive, like felt a little like Piscean, you know, like dreamy. But that's, ironically, you tried to get away from that, and that's the situation you ended up in anyway. You're having to step back and really, you know, draw it out on a whiteboard now and be like, okay, like we're going to think about it. So that's what the Six of Pentacles is. It's that reciprocity for, you kind of tip the scales by having to choose a side, a person, and you did. You absolutely had to choose a side. There was no way you could juggle both. It simply wasn't an option. You had to go with A or B. You chose... I'm going to say you chose B, you chose wands, whatever, it doesn't matter. But now it's like you're kind of having to balance out the scales again and go, okay, well, maybe this guy was right. Maybe this, I don't know. Maybe person A did have a good thought. It's like you're rebalancing the scales and giving more attention to the one that you maybe had abandoned in the past. Do you see? It's like this person is you know, feeding the poor, so to say, or whatever this is supposed to be. There's a focus on one, though, now. And Yeah, even, okay, I was just thinking about this. Even the color scheme, right? This is all yellow, right? And that was the mouth that got fed. That was the idea you went with. And this person kind of had to, I don't want to say suffer, that's too severe a word, but kind of, it's like, oh, their idea wasn't picked. They probably felt like their idea wasn't good enough. Maybe, their self-confidence got knocked a little bit. That's this person, again, with the blue. These are totally different decks, too, which I kind of love when the story comes together like that. But now you're realizing it's time to kind of focus on the other person, because ultimately let's talk about it and think it through and kind of be dreamy and that intuitive. This person is an artist, whoever this is. They have a different way of seeing the world, and it's beautiful, but it may not at the time seem to have been what served your group best. But now you're kind of looking at this person going like, maybe there is something to that. And I mean, more power to you if you're willing to look at that and recognize it, because that shows that you are humble and you are open to other people's ideas and opinions and feelings. Those are important, right? Let's see if we can pull a card on the Seven of Cups. And I mean, this situation is going to be a little bit different for all of you because these are like general readings. Let's see. What is this decision regarding? What is all these options? It is a card of options in your spread here. It's like there's multiple routes you could take. There's multiple paths you could go down. There's multiple investors. There's multiple clients. There's multiple opportunities. And this may have to do with money, just because of the Pentacles. But again, analytical with the swords of making that right choice. What can we get for this? All right, so you have Five of Wands. So internal conflict. You may be conflicted, Aquarius. What is the right move to make? This can also be the card of competition. If this does just feel work related. I'm sorry if some of you were looking for love. I don't know if there might be love later on. We'll get there. But yeah, there might be some sort of competition of, I don't know why, I'm just getting like advertising, like kind of corporate-y. We have to make the right decision to appeal to the right audience and mass audiences, and like, there's numbers at stake, and there's something about visualizing merchandise, or again, like advertising, billboards. It could be something creative, artistic, like logos, website design. And yeah, maybe all the options, it's like everybody has differing opinions on which path to take it. Like, it's like, how is this going to make our customer feel? How do we want them to react to this project, to this, again, billboard design, whatever it is we're creating? We want to, incite the right feeling, the right emotion. And it's like, yeah, but remember this, but we have to remember that too. And like, you're feeding many mouths here, because I think there's clearly a lot of people involved. It might be more than 3 people, right? Yeah, it definitely speaks to teams though. And similar in a different way of interpreting this, whoever your mass target audience is about this, what are we selling to them? What are we promoting? You don't want them to feel conflicted about how they feel about your product. If that lands for any of you. I was going to say, I'm going to pull one on this Six of Pentacles here about this guy in blue, the Emperor. Okay, very cool. So the Emperor, this is the card of Aries. You might be dealing with a fire sign. But when I pulled this, I was thinking in my head, tell me about this blue guy, essentially, it's this guy, or girl, doesn't matter, right? It's this person in the scenario, this idea. The one who was originally overlooked. Whose mouth wasn't fed originally, and now you're having to like go back to the drawing board and reconsider. He's the Emperor. He has good ideas. He's a man of control and order, which is a very interesting dynamic, because this card is fire. It's not water. It's not somebody who is overly emotional the way this Cups energy was. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces for Cups, right? Aries, Leo, Sag for water. You have Aries, Leo, Sag here. Interesting. But I guess what I'm getting from that, though, is that this person who, again, was kind of, their idea was neglected or they were overlooked, they sit on like a throne of power. They sit on a lot of really important ideas. Their contributions are ultimately going to be very stable in terms of the growth of your business, of your project, because the Emperor builds what? An empire, right? He's a good player to have on your team if you're trying to progress forward in any type of business venture. So again, use your judgment on who this Emperor is in your team, because yeah, there's a lot of power there, but it's actually kind of sad because it feels like this person was overlooked. I just gotta pull one more. Because this person doesn't call attention to themselves by nature, despite coming up in Aries energy, a fire sign. And that makes sense with this passive energy. It's like if they are a fire sign, they're a passive fire sign. Very interesting. They could be like a Cancer, Leo, Cusper or something like that. It could be like a Pisces, Aries, Cusper, something like that. Yeah. I just said a Pisces, Aries, Cusper, the card of Pisces. The Knight of Cups. He does think with his emotions. It's actually a really beautiful combination because the Emperor is not typically in that watery energy, but this Emperor, whoever this is in your life, they do think with their emotions. They do have a lot of, they're guided by their intuition, is what I'm trying to say. It doesn't come from the swords, the logic, the analysis, the analytical findings of what's in front. It's because how I was saying about this, how are we going to make our customers, our clients feel? This person, I want to say freaking knows. Like, this person needs to be listened to. And when I pulled that card, I was sort of thinking in my head, sometimes the Emperor energy can come off as arrogant, but it wasn't feeling that way. So I pulled a card to clarify for myself. And so to clarify, is this Emperor arrogant? Can we trust him? We got the Knight of Cups. So the downside to the Knight of Cups, he is a dreamer. He is a little bit emotional. Just what I was saying with that Seven of Cups earlier. But if your target, I don't want to say your target audience, if your business strategy is appealing to people's emotions, whatever that means for you guys, this Knight of Cups is absolutely who you should be bringing on for consultation, because guess what? He's also an Emperor. He's going to build your empire. Very interesting. I like it. Aw, the Knight of Cups. He was overlooked and he had good ideas. All right, the Moon. Just to clarify, this is probably a Pisces or someone who has very strong Pisces in their chart. And the Moon can speak to, intuition, water, right below. But it also speaks to the idea of secrets, things not being as they appear. And I think that's what this person's energy is. You may have written them off as like a dreamer or even a slacker because maybe they weren't voicing their opinions. It's because they were thinking about it. They were thinking about how they feel about it, and then they're going to express their ideas. You have several cards that indicate Piscean energy. So even if they're not a Pisces, it's strong in their chart probably, or they just carry qualities of that kind of dreamy, again, artist. I'm getting very strong vibes of artists. And you might all be artists because I'm just getting so much of this has to do with a visual creation of something. Anyway, let's move on. So in your future, you have Eight of Cups. So you have several cards of forward movement. You have the Six of Wands, you have the Six of Swords, and now you have the Eight of Cups. So we go from wands, action, to swords, thought, logic, to Eight of Cups, feelings, emotions. Now, Eight of Cups talks about you have 8 perfectly good cups sitting in front of you, right? They're not bad. They're good. At one point in time, they were emotionally fulfilling. And again, if this is talking about a product or something you're creating, at one point in time, like, yeah, it was good. It was successful. But now you're ready for the next new challenge. You're ready for something bigger. You're ready to make more money. You're ultimately, it's based in feelings, right? Water. You're ready to take the next step to find something that either makes you or someone else, again, your target audience, feel dreamlike, feel even better. After the 8 comes the 9 of Cups. It's the wish fulfillment card. So yeah, it's like there is progress being made, but it's like the secret antidote to all this was Cups, was adding your emotion. You had the passion, you had the drive to do it, you had the ideas and the logic there, you were communicating about it, but what was missing in this whole picture was the emotional connection to whatever it is that you were collaborating on or creating. And again, heartier spread, emotions, 7 of Cups, lots of emotions, options. Yeah. So I'm seeing this as your team is moving on to integrating, I think it's this Knight of Cups, this Emperor, their ideas into the project here. So oh yeah, this is actually really cute. So from the 8 of Cups, we go to the 6 of Cups, the cards of nostalgia, the cards of things that, like a remembrance, things that make us feel good, things that make us feel warm and fuzzy inside. It's children, depicted with flowers. It's that kind of really lovely energy. Scorpionic energy. And then this would be, I think this is Pisces energy as well. Yeah, I think it is. 8 of Cups, is Piscean energy. Holy shit. Do you have a Pisces in your life? Anyway, that's just kind of incredible. Sorry. Pardon my French. I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, so it's like by going after that missing antidote, how I was saying about the cups, the emotions, where's the emotional connection to this material? Where's the emotional connection to what we're doing here? Not only are you revisiting, I think, the past in terms of this person's ideas, you're going back to the drawing board, but there's some factor of, again, it's just something about this is like marketing, advertising, that kind of thing. It's tapping into literally in advertising, nostalgia, remembering. It's so funny when I said, should I stay or should I go? I was remembering, if any of you guys watch Stranger Things, that song is very prevalent in that show. And Stranger Things is all about nostalgia, the 80s. They dress up as the Ghostbusters. There's, music by The Clash and Dungeons and Dragons. It takes people back to their childhood and it makes them feel good. That's what this is. So not only are you trying to appeal to people's emotions in this scenario, you're appealing to literally their childhood, or it's like retrospective or generational. It's like, what if we theme this advertisement like we're in a 70s disco? What if we theme it like we're at like an 80s rave? Or do you know what I'm saying? It's like you're tapping into people's emotional, I want to say like emotional triggers because of, or based in nostalgia. That's the best I can say it. I'm not being clear with my wording, but I think you get what I'm harping on here. It's like, let's do like the swingin' 60s is our vibe, or, we're going to dress all the girls in poodle skirts and it's going to be a throwback to the 50s. Throwback. I think that's the word I'm looking for. And I'm recording this on a Throwback Thursday. How about that? What else can we get on this 6 of Cups? You might literally be using children in some sort of advertisement, or I don't know if you're making a commercial, or I don't know what it is, but oh no, that fell so far. Ouch. Sorry, guys. The King of Pentacles. Okay, so whatever this idea is that's going back, it is a fortuitous idea. There is a lot of pentacles involved. There's money. It's this Emperor's idea. I'm just getting that it's going to do really good things for your business. It's going to grow this seed. I always use this cheesy example, the seed into the mighty oak. But that's what it is, pentacles. It's earthly, tangible things. It speaks about money. This is the card of Taurus. I don't know if potentially maybe you're dealing with a Taurus in the workplace as well. But I don't know, King of Pentacles, I'm getting that this is symbolic of you guys going out celebrating again, and everyone's just like, drinks on me because of whatever, like Tom's idea, you guys are celebrating and kind of Yeah, it feels very lavish and a little bit over the top, just like pouring out bottles of champagne and partying. I don't know why I'm getting that. But I mean, it's well deserved if you do the work here. And I will say this, it's not so much as a warning, but what I was harping on here is important. Credit where credit's due, right? If there's someone on your team who, I don't want to say you've pushed them aside, but they've been kind of a quiet contributor, and all of a sudden they're offering this really good idea that brings you this King of Pentacles, like money, this bankable idea. If you're in the position to give them a little extra or promote them or change job titles, or even just acknowledgement, right? If this is just your coworker, if you have no power in the system or whatever this is, I don't know, write them a note, buy them dinner. Like, acknowledge that they had a really kick-ass idea that helped the team, right? Good karma. So then your final card that came out together, actually, you had the Ace of Swords, as well as the Queen of Cups. Come on. Love, the Queen of Feelings, the Queen of Emotions, guys. It's all about the emotions. All right, so Ace of Swords, again, I'm seeing the new idea. And because this is in your future, it's like you've already, I think, you in the present now, nothing has a fixed date, right? Just because you're watching this now, that might not be your exact present. You know, we're working with energy. Energy doesn't have a fixed start and stop time. So I'm saying present, that could be in a few weeks, that could be a few days ago. Take it as it resonates, but it seems like this idea that I'm just going to say was launched by this Knight of Cups, this Emperor, same person I'm feeling. You're either working with this idea or you've already made some sort of stride or accomplishment. You're moving forward with this idea and you've seen some success in it, right? But then like a new idea is presented. And I want to say it's even better. And it's not that the old one was bad. What's interesting, again, the dynamic of this new idea, thought, right? Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, right? This sword, this idea, it's being clarified by emotions, by the Queen of Emotions. So whatever this is, it's like, think with your heart, think with your love. I said this in, who did I do yesterday? I think it was Taurus. Queen of Cups is like such a great card, and this is the original Rider-Waite deck, kind of like the Bible of when you're learning tarot, if you will. I hate this depiction of it because she looks so angry. She looks like I don't know if you can see that because my camera doesn't focus super well. It looks like she's scowling and just doing one of these, like, looking up from her glasses, like, really? Like, she looks like she's judging you or something. But here's why that works here for me. And it makes sense, though. It's because it falls under all this Piscean Emperor energy, this person who had the good idea, this person grounded in water energy, cups, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. I think they're coming up again, and they're like, oh, so now you want to use my idea. So now and the thing is, they might not actually be saying it, but they're thinking it, and that's why I said to you earlier, their contributions need to be acknowledged in some way, because if it's not, it actually is going to create literally ruffle some feathers and create some kind of nasty feeling among the group. So yeah, credit where credit is due so that you can maintain this kind of like jovial, fun, everybody's enjoying each other, like mingling after work hours, like happy hour type vibes. You know, you want everybody to be in good spirits together, right? Listen and communicate, be open to new ideas. Queen of Cups, Cancerian energy. I don't know if that means anything to anyone, but again, her toes are in the water here. So her ideas are based in her emotions, her intuition. She speaks because she knows from within that is the answer. It doesn't necessarily come from pure logical thought, if that makes any sense. But here's the thing, it's actually quite a nice dynamic because there's a nice partnership here. It's like the people on your team who are the creative types are going to balance out those who are the more fact-based statistics, you know, looking at like the money, the ins and outs of, you know what I mean? Like the analytics of how your business is doing. versus like the artistic integrity, if you will. That's what I'm getting here, Aquarius. It's kind of cool. So bottom of your deck is 8 of Swords. So feeling trapped, feeling, it's all in your head though. Swords, again, the mind. It's an illusion that you're trapped, that you can't get out of this. If you just could take off the blindfold, you could probably wiggle free from these ropes you're in. But there's something that you believe you can't step out of. Very interesting. I'm just trying to relate that to what we have here. So who's in this 8 of Swords energy, Aquarius? Is it you? Are you struggling to... I mean, it's possible if you haven't made this decision yet, if this is kind of what's feeling like you're present, then yeah, that would make sense. Maybe you don't want to take sides. I say that, right? And then right under that card is the 2 of Wands, choosing a path. You don't like to choose between 2 different things, I think, if it's going to hurt someone, potentially. Because you are the house of partnership, of friendships, of community, right, Aquarians? So yeah, I don't think you want anyone to feel isolated. But I don't know why. For some reason, it feels like you are in some sort of position where you are the one who needs to make a decision. You are the one who needs to choose a side. Maybe this is what's coming up in the future in terms of whatever this new creative decision is. Maybe, again, it's kind of going back to this juggling, except this time it's a little more severe because maybe there's more money riding on it. That could be, now that you're in King of Pentacles energy, maybe you're feeling more anxious about it and not wanting to make a snap decision because you do want everybody to be happy, right? That was your bottom card. You do want everybody to feel, again, in this energy. It's another card of Cancer. You had a couple, well, Cancer and Pisces. You had a heavy Cancer and Pisces here. And Scorpio. Anyway, sorry. Okay, so under the sun, just because I saw it, you have this 3 of Wands. So it's like you are going to have to make a decision. You are going to have to make a decision and choose A or B, choose this path or that path. And there might be some waiting for your ships to come in with this 3 of Swords. It's like you have to make a little bit of progress. And there might be some waiting. There might be some delay in seeing the returns of what's coming in. But ultimately, it is going to be good. It's going to be lucky. It is going to be fortuitous. Yeah. You don't have any reason to be this way, Aquarius, okay? Yeah. So let's pull an animal card for you. We're in Taurus season of the bull. I just felt like spirit animal cards were called for the oracle cards this time around, this month. What an interesting read. I'm hoping that a few of you resonate with this story. Let me know in the comments if you do. But what can we get for Aquarius for their animal oracle card? What can we get for Aquarius? What card can go? Oh, okay, got one. Grasshopper spirit. Take a leap of faith. Aw, I kind of love that. Okay, right? So the grasshopper is wearing this little crown, this regal king crown. It reminds me of the emperor, who is I'm just calling them your Piscean emperor. It just feels that way. I think taking a leap of faith means taking the risk. This can also be a card of risk. Taking the risk on that person who may not always seem like the ace in the hole, the active contributor who's offering the best ideas or solutions. But I mean, as we've seen in this spread, this person actually does have a lot of merit. They have a lot of good ideas to offer up. But again, it's not based in the analytical side. It's not based in the numbers. It's based in, I want to say, like the artistic integrity, the feelings, the emotions behind what you're doing. And that's hard, especially when there's money on the line. And there it seems to be like there is. You had some pentacles in the spread. It does require a leap of faith. And I saw this because it was right under you're waiting for your ships to come in. This is the taking the leap of faith card, right? And it's Uranus. It's Aquarian energy. This is frequently the card of Aquarius. I see it as other things too. But anyway, I digress. you need to take a leap of faith here. And you guys are going to know what that is for you, right? We all have certain safety and comfort zones of what risks we're willing to take and what we're not. But ultimately, this card is advising you, take a leap of faith. Maybe it's just the leap of faith can be listening to someone else that you would normally kind of shut down or not take into consideration. Grasshopper spirit, though. I like it. It's really cute. He's got like purple sparkles coming out of his butt. I don't know what that's about, but I like it. It feels magical and special. All right, Aquarius, thank you for joining me today. Please do like, share, subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you a million times over for all of your views and your likes. Aquarians are just, yeah, they're the best. So yeah, I will see you guys soon. I'm going to post probably some more videos like in the mid-month, I'll say. And other than that, I will see you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.